Mike Russell de Maya Matias from B Scream 1 Bravo. And my topic for this video is all about sustainable development. Sustainable development is a concept that aims to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs and encompasses in economic, social, and environmental dimension and seek to balance the three pillars of sustainable development: economic growth, social development, and environmental protection. Sustainable development requires the integration and environmental, social, and economic consideration into decision making process at all levels, from individual actors to national and international policies. It recognizes that economic growth must be inclusive and sustainable, that social development must be equitable and participatory, and that environmental protection must be holistic and interconnected. The United Nations has played a leading role in promoting sustainable development since the concept was first introduced in the 1980s and 2015. The UN adopted the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), a set of 17 global goals aimed at ending poverty, protecting the planet, and ensuring prosperity for all. The SDGs address a wide range of issues from climate change and biodiversity loss to poverty, inequality, and gender discrimination. Achieving sustainable development requires collaboration and partnership across sectors and stakeholders include government, civil society, the private sector, and international organizations. It requires a fundamental shift in the way we live, work, and consume, and commitment to a more equitable, just, and sustainable future for all. Importance of sustainable development. Sustainable development is important for several reasons. Number one, environmental protection. Sustainable development recognizes the importance of protecting of environment, which is essential for maintaining the earth, natural resources, and biodiversity. It aims to reduce environmental degradation and prevent the depletion of natural resources. Social justice. Sustainable development promotes social social justice by ensuring that economic growth benefits all members of society and that vulnerable population are not left behind. It also seeks to promote gender equality, reduce poverty, and provide access to education and healthcare. Economic growth. Sustainable development recognizes the importance of economic growth, but not at the expense of the environment or social justice. Number 4, long-term thinking. Sustainable development takes a long-term view, recognizing that decisions made today will impact future generations. It seeks to balance the needs of the present with the needs of the future, ensuring that we do not consume resources that cannot be replenished. Global cooperation. Sustainable development requires global cooperation and partnership, as many of the challenges we face, such as climate change and biodiversity loss, are global in nature. It recognizes that we are all interconnected and that we must work together to address stress challenges. Overall, sustainable development is important for ensuring that we can meet our current needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It promotes a more equitable, just, and sustainable future for all. History of sustainable development. The concept of sustainable development has a relatively short but important history. It emerged in 1980s as a response to growing concerns about environmental degradation and the needs for a more integrated approach to development. One of the key milestones in the history of sustainable development was the 1987 report of the World Commission on Environment and Development, also known as the Brundtland Commission. The report, titled Our Common Future, defined sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It called for a new approach to development that integrated economic, social, and environmental concern.